Hello guys, let's get right into it. So today we're going to learn about Langchain and OpenAI and how to query PDFs and extract information from them using the two tools. So the first thing that you're going to do is to install the requirements.txt. I'll put a link to access them in the description. It has more than you need, but it has almost all requirements for machine learning. But it has exactly what you need in there too. So it's a win-win for you in case you never need other requirements in there. So once you have them installed, you just run pip install the share requirements.txt either in your virtual environment or your global Python. I won't run this because I've already installed them. So now once that is done, you're going to get our OpenAI API key and put it in our .env file. You basically come to the openai.com and then you come to their product, and you go to their platform overview and then start building. Yeah, so once you get to the doc, you just go to dashboard and then you can get your API key. So create a new secret key. Let's call it test. You have all permissions and then show you copy here because you won't get any other place to copy it again. So yeah, I don't think I'll need it, so you can just delete it. I'll delete it. They have enough. In order to get the OpenAI API key features, you'll have to pay for some credit. Just add your payment details and continue. Once that is done, you can go back to our code after you copied it. So you can just create an env file and then you can copy the key into a value in here. So something like that. Yeah. And then we're going to call this key in our main file, Python file. So the first thing we're going to do is to import all the necessary inputs. Langchain.llm's import OpenAI. For those who do not know what Langchain is, it's basically a framework that helps to integrate large language models into your application. And the large language model is an AI program that can recognize and generate texts that have been trained on very huge data sets that's been large. Langchain embeddings, OpenAI embeddings. Embeddings are basically vector representations of data, mainly abstract data, for example, text, structured text, images, and the text splitter, so as it's written there, it helps split text based on specific characters because the embeddings are fixed size, so we have to divide them into specific fixed chunks that are going to fit into the embedding. And the vector source is the Facebook AI similarity search, so it helps build vector-based databases that are used for quick retrieval, question answering, load curating. This one will be useful in querying the PDF and asking the OpenAI API specific question for each retrieve information based on that question. Other than that, there are the other basic imports, so s.env, this is going to be necessary to call the from the .env file, pathflip, OpenAI, PDF to image. So this is going to help convert PDF pages to images, regular expression, shooting for file, folders, manipulation, and kits, everything. LRU cache is just basically for caching function information so that you don't have to recompute the function and just use it with the information it got the first time. Yes, with that, the next thing that I'm going to is LLM details. So as you can see, we use LRU cache here. So this is the function which you do not want to recompute once you compute it for the first time. Load.env, so we're just getting the key, and it's called key2. The text splitter, as I had said, it splits the text that you extract from the PDFs into chunks. And then we get the embeddings, the chain, and the reader. So this will be for EasyOCR because we're going to use EasyOCR to extract the text from PDF pages. And then we're returning them and we're using them in this main function that I'm calling YouTube. The first thing is this skimpy duplicates label. Okay. So this one it is necessary for EasyOCR because EasyOCR uses PyTorch, and this helps in multi-threading, something to do with PyTorch. I don't remember it specifically, but well, don't remember. Just ask your helper. Yeah, you can see some multi-processing without mainly for deepening of networks and Python. Yes, and you can see we're getting the text splitter embedding string and reader from LLM setup as we had set up here. And then get PDF details. The first thing we're going to do is to convert the PDF to text, and that is in the PDF text.py. It has several functions, but let's go to the main important one: convert PDF text. So it's taking the reader and the image part. This is basically the PDF part. I don't know how for the image part, but it's the PDF part. So you can see we're creating an image folder that is going to temporarily store the PDF images. These are images that we create based on the PDF pages. So each PDF page is converted into an image that will be used to extract text by the EasyOCR. I'm doing this due to the situation whereby you can find that a PDF has a scanned image and not only text in there. So to curb that, we are just going to convert every page into an image so that you can extract the text away. We use this convert from path for, remember, the imports PDF to image, and it creates, each page is converted to an image and stored in these images. And then I have these image files as a list that will have the image path, the names of those specific images that we are going to manipulate going forward to extract the text. So I'm just creating it, and then for each image I'm appending it into this image folder, page i.png. So before I even go further, let me explain this construct folder path. I go to directory.py, construct folder path, base path, and subpath. You can see it's a try folder path join subpaths. So you can have your base path and then the subpaths, as you can see here. And up there, here you can see the desktop folder, the PDF images. So the desktop folder is over here. It's just a desktop folder for all videos. Okay. Yeah, so this is the construct folder path, and we just have to ensure that the directory exists with the mkdir, and then it returns the folder path as we use here, image folder. So that is what is being passed here, and then the image is saved, all images that were converted for that specific PDF. And then now once that is done, the next thing is to extract the text from all the images that we have of the PDF pages. You can see for image file, so OCR result, you to have we're going to pass in the image file into reader.read text. Yeah, and then we have a list for the words for each image file. I've put in the count so that you can see the result of a specific OCR result, just to understand how it comes about. So it has the bounding box, the word, the confidence, and what you're interested in is the word. So that is what we're going to append into the words list. And then once that is done, we're just going to join them into one single string and append it into all texts for all text. Then there's the remove directory with retries, because I don't want to have a lot of used space for just storing images that you are already done with. I delete these PDF images. Maybe it be a lot of processing, but still space. Because if you do this again, they'll accumulate. So you can see the PDF remove file with retry, and we have the number of retries, because you might find a certain time that a file or a folder is still in the OS, like the fact that it's not being seen. So the backlog, for example, if you're using your CR, you might find that your CR has finished some processing, but it doesn't already. So deleting it might require you to try a little bit. So that's why you might get a permission error file path. So we're going to use the folder directory with retry. I believe that is what we used here. Yeah, so just deleting it. And then once that is done, doing all text, and then returning it. Yeah, if there's something I haven't touched here, let's remove error. Just try and remove the file with retry. I don't think we're going to use it, but you can find a use case for it later. Also, this sanitize file name. When creating files, maybe let's say from text, a text, that text can have invalid characters. When trying to name it, it can create an error saying that it's an invalid. That file can't have an invalid character, so we don't want to use them and we want to replace them with an underscore. Yeah, when choose this function, you can also find a use case for it. Yeah, so I think we're done with this line. The next thing is to hit the text that you received. So the output for this was all text joined. Now we're calling it raw text here. Text is going to be split into the chunks that are going to be passed into the embeddings. For the Facebook AI similarity search from text embeddings, and then get the document search. Now this document search can do a similarity search for the query that we passed in. So the query is being passed into this function. And that is basically the question we're just asking the GPT that we are getting from OpenAI. And then the answer, we just want to run the docs. The docs is this similarity search and the question being the query. And once it's done, it's going to print the answer. So the document is a brief introduction to Singapore. I'll also share this. You can also read it to get some information on Singapore. Very wonderful place. Okay, so please provide a summary of the PDF with important points as evaluators, or however you want to reach which you can just type it with. Then you're passing in everything into this get PDF details. So that's anything that I haven't gone through. I think we've gone through everything. I can just try to run this. Oh, as it runs, let me show you how this PDF looks. It's a short PDF, and that's an issue that I'm facing. The embedding, they have an issue with larger documents and they're not processing them. I think they've exceeded the number of tokens, but that's something that I try to get a workaround on and see how I can deal with that so that I can get and process larger documents. If you have any hack, you can just comment it. Appreciate. And there you can see the output for these parts, the results for the bounding box, the word effect confidence and results. You can see it's a tuple that has an array with coordinates. These are coordinates of where the words are found. So this can be the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and the words that are found and the confidence that EasyOCR has that those are the words. So then it finished loading, and then you can see it will have the correct results. So you can see the output. Key Singapore, a city state made up of few islands. There's the groups, the religion, specific language, Malay, national songs, the economy, legal and accounting services, and then it's got an L in tourism. It's specified what's going on. But it has tried its best, the tourism thing is the last place we didn't quite get that. But at least it has gotten a lot of information here. These are the pages, especially the first summary seems to be valid system. Yeah, so I think I'll change the whole code, the whole procedure. I might create a front end for it. Let's test my front end skills. See if I can have a Q&A where someone just uploads the doc and then you can query it multiple times. Just comment if you'd like to see that. Yeah, and I'll share the link to the GitHub repo in the description too. So yeah, thank you and have a nice day, week, rest of the year.